Hello there, my friends. It's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we're going to be doing some Glimmer Hot Foiling. And so let's talk about the products we're using. This is the Sakura Blooms. It is a foil and a cut. We're also going to bring in the Art Deco Dance Foiling Plate, another foiler there. And then we have our Dainty Heart, which is beautiful, and it has some foiling as well. The Love You is a foiler. Now, I have mine taped together. When you buy this, they will already be together like that. So I just have mine taped. Mine's an older version. So we're going to get started. I'm going to put that Art Deco Dance Foiling Plate onto my Glimmer Hot Foil system. While we're waiting for that to heat up, I have some copper foil and my quick trimmer. I feel like this is something absolutely vital to have if you're going to cut your foil. I can't seem to get it straight otherwise, so this thing is just super important, and I love this. But the green light is now on my hot foil system, so I'm going to hit the timer. I've put my foil pretty side down. Then we're going to bring in some craft cardstock and stick that down on top, trying to kind of make that even. And then I'm going to bring in the two plates that come with our Glimmer Hot Foil system. And then I'm going to run that through my Platinum 6 very slowly. And then let's peel that back and you can see the beautiful magic of our copper foil on that craft cardstock. I'm going to cut some emerald facets now with my quick trimmer. And I'm going to use that over our Sakura blooms. So I've got those heating up and I hit the timer button. And then while that's heating up, I'm going to put everything away, but I've got my cardstock all cut down. It's just some white cardstock. And then once that timer goes off, I like to pop my system out and then I stick my cardstock on and then my plates. And then I can peel that away and check it out. It looks super good. So I also went ahead and hot foiled the Love You. And then I die cut it out using the Dainty Heart. You can see on the one side that I didn't get the full heart. And instead of refoiling and everything, and this actually works with the idea I had in my head, I'm just going to cover that one area that didn't get cut perfectly with the blooms later on. So we're going to use some Prismacolor pencils, and I'm just going to go very, very lightly over the top with my lightest color, bring in a darker color, and use those pencils over the top of that and then blend with our lighter color. Now this is a little bit of a process when you're using your colored pencils. I find that when I color with colored pencils, it takes me a lot longer to do this than it does any sort of alcohol markers or, well, I think even watercolor. I think it takes longer for me to do pencil than it does watercolor. And I have learned with colored pencil, it is definitely a patience game because you want to start out using light pressure and then you can get heavier as you go. If you start out really heavy right out of the gate, you're not going to be able to blend that pencil very easily because eventually you're going to get some waxy buildup. The Prismacolor are good for not really getting a lot of waxy buildup, but you still can over time. So then I'm bringing in a light green. I'm going to color all of the leaves. And then I'll bring in a darker green and we'll do the same thing with, by adding some shadowing to it. And again, I'm using a light hand. I'm not going to show you all of the coloring because it's basically the same for all the petals on both of those blooms. But we're just going to blend that green out with our lighter green a little bit just to make sure that there is a little bit of differentiation in the color. If you like it to be nice and dark, you can, skip that step. But now I'm bringing in the die cut that goes with this. And so once I get that ready, I'll tack that down with a little bit of mint tape, being careful not to go over the foil because you can pull that foil up. So I'm just going to be real careful with that mint tape and just stick that kind of on the side. And then we'll run that through our die cutting machine. And now we're actually ready for a little bit of assembly. I'm going to bring in a couple of different embellishments because at the time I wasn't sure what I wanted. I thought I wanted both, but we'll only end up using one of those. But now I need my base, so I'm going to bring in some more of that craft cardstock, and I'm going to bring in my Score Buddy. This cardstock measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and is going to be scored at 4 1/4. This will be the size of the card. It's an A2 size card all closed up, and our background is going to fit perfectly over that. And so then I'll bring in my Crafty Gluefriend, which is the glue by Trinity Stamps. And this stuff is great. As you can tell, I'm starting to run out of it in this tube. Thankfully, I have another one. But I'll glue down my little heart to the Dainty Heart on the background. I love all the die cutting detail of that. And then we'll glue that down to our background that has our Art Deco Dance Foiling. And then I'll glue down my one bloom to cover up the little part of that heart that didn't get completely die cut. I do this because I want to show you that it isn't always perfect. And, you know, I've been stamping and coloring and all that stuff for 20 years now. It's been a while. And so we still make mistakes, but we can work with them. It doesn't have to always be perfect. So work with what you have, see what you can do. I actually really like how this turned out. And that's kind of what I was going for anyway. I was going to stick that bloom on the side. So this just worked. Now, the little embellishments that I'm bringing in are the shimmer hearts, and I've used these before. I am absolutely in love with these. They are very low profile, which means that they are not going to stick up too far from your card. And so I'm just using my pickup stick, some of that Crafty Gluefriend, and I have all of my little hearts inside that tidy tray. And I'm just going to glue down a bunch of these hearts. They are very iridescent. They're beautiful. They're low profile. This is going to be an easy mailer. So put this in an envelope and it's not going to take up a lot of room. So no worries there. And then once I get all of those on there, that is actually going to finish off the card. And I am absolutely in love with how this turned out. And I don't think this has to be a Valentine's card. I can send that to anybody I love, which is a lot of you. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.